Hello, my name is Jennifer, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 important things. Number 1, tips through living through a kitchen renovation. Number 2, 10 steps to having a successful kitchen renovation. And number 3, I'm going to share with you the selections that I made on my kitchen renovation. So hit that subscribe button and let's jump into it. Doing a kitchen renovation is no small feat, and when my clients are in the middle of a kitchen renovation, I have always had great sympathy for them. Now that I've gone through it, I have empathy. So let me share with you some tips on how to live through a kitchen renovation. Living through a kitchen renovation can be challenging, but with proper planning and preparation, it can be manageable and even exciting. Number 1, create a temporary kitchen setup. You want to set up a temporary kitchen in a whole nother room, like maybe your dining room or your utility room. Equip it with essential appliances like a microwave, a toaster oven, a portable cooktop, a kettle, and be sure you are stocked up on disposable plates and napkins and forks because you do not want to have to wash dishes. Number 2, plan meals ahead. Before the renovation begins, plan and prepare easy meals that can be reheated and require minimum cooking effort. Consider using a crock pot, or you can order your meals out. But what Scott and I did, we had a local company that it's called Munch Meals, love them, but they prepare fresh meals in single portions. We just heated those up in the microwave and it made things so much easier. Number 3, communicate with the contractor. This one is really important. You want to make sure you are maintaining regular communication with your contractor or your renovation team. You want to discuss timeline, expectations, any special concerns, but having that wonderful communication will alleviate any surprises in the end. Number 4, protect belongings and minimize dust. You want to cover all of your belongings, I went to the home improvement store and purchased the painting sheets that are on a roll, and we covered everything. I would also say cover doorways of rooms that you're not going in. Let me tell you guys, this dust gets everywhere, so you want to cover things as much as possible. And also make sure you have your return vents. Make sure you have enough filters on hand that you can replace those, because you'll almost need to replace them weekly or bi-weekly. Number 5, stay organized. Keep all of your important documents in one place, whether it's your receipt, your invoices, your permits, but keeping them all together so you have quick access, as well as create a checklist of things that need to be done. Listen, even if you have a contractor, you still need to be your contractor because people miss things. So you need to have that checklist to make sure everything's done correctly. Number 6, maintain a positive mindset. Remind yourself that this is a temporary situation. Yes, it will be messy, but in the end, you're going to have a beautiful kitchen. And take this time to do a little bit of decluttering with the kitchen stuff you moved out or other rooms in your house. And listen, if a meltdown occurs, and it might, that's okay. Number 7, find alternative spaces for relaxation. You want to create a cozy space where you can escape all of the construction and breathe and relax. It is super important to do this. Number 8, seek support. Reach out to family and friends who may be willing to let you come over and cook and get away from the chaos, and just share your experience with people around you. They will encourage you and let you know you're going to make it. Remember, a kitchen renovation is a temporary phase. You're going to get through this and you're going to absolutely love the end result. And keep a lot of chocolate on hand. It helps. All right, now let's talk about 10 steps for having a successful kitchen renovation. When making decisions for your kitchen renovation, it is important to have a systematic approach so that you will have a successful outcome. Here are 10 ways to do that. Number 1, set your goals. This will help guide you through the decision-making process. Number 2, research and gather inspiration. Explore various sources, magazines, website, Pinterest, but pull all those ideas together. And I highly recommend making your own mood board. I use Canva. It's super easy to use, but once you create that mood board in Canva, it gives yourself a visual presentation of what your kitchen is going to look like, and it really helps. Number 3, establish a budget. Determine your budget for your kitchen. You're going to have a lot of factors to consider. You're going to have countertops, cabinets, appliances, lighting, and it may seem very difficult to try to figure out a budget, but come up with a number you want to work with, and then you'll know, I don't want to spend so much money on this, but I do want to spend more money on this. So start with a budget and try to stick to it. Number 4 is consult professionals. Seek advice of professionals. I cannot stress this one enough. If you're unsure, talk to a contractor, talk to a designer. Remember, everything in a kitchen layers on top of each other, and the decisions made in a kitchen are not easy to change. So make sure you contact somebody for help. Number 5, create a design plan. Develop a detailed design list that is going to include your layout, your materials, your finishes, and your colors. Consider factors such as workflow. What are your storage needs, and what is the overall aesthetic you want your kitchen to look like? This plan will serve as a roadmap for your renovation decisions. Number 6, select materials and finishes. Choose material and finishes for your countertops, your cabinets, your hardware, your backsplash, and if you're doing your flooring, that needs to be in consideration as well. You're going to need to consider durability and maintenance, and how are those things going to align with your kitchen design and your budget. Number 7, evaluate appliances and fixtures. Things to take into consideration is their function, their size, and are they energy efficient? Also factors such as features, budget, and style. Oh, bless. Number 8, obtain quotes and compare. Request quotes from several contractors or suppliers for your kitchen renovation. This is really, really important. I know it takes a lot more time to do that, but in the end, you'll be glad you did. Compare the quotes and consider the factors. What is the cost? What is the timeline? What is the quality? And most important, what is the reputation? Number 9, make decisions and finalize plans. You've done your research. Now it's time, based on that research, to make the decisions for your kitchen. Finalize all of your plans, and don't forget to document every choice you have made and keep that all together with your documents. So if something goes wrong, you can go back and figure out where the mistake is. Number 10, monitor progress and make adjustments. I said this before, but throughout the process, you need to constantly monitor the contractors and the workers to make sure everything's getting done to your specifications. Address any issues promptly, but also be open to making any adjustments if they're necessary. By following these steps, you can make informed decisions that your kitchen renovation meets your goals, budget, and timeline. All right, now I'm excited to share with you my own personal kitchen renovation choices. Number 1, I needed to decide my cabinets and my cabinet layout. You need to first evaluate the functionality of your kitchen. Are your cabinets laid out like you want them, or do you need to change the configuration? And if that's so, I would highly recommend hiring a specialist, because that's exactly what Scott and I did. Because I wanted to remove the wall between the dining room and the kitchen, this meant I would lose many of my cabinets, both upper and lower. But because we designed a hidden pantry and we used our old cabinets, I wasn't worried about not having enough cabinets in the kitchen. Now, many times when I'm meeting with a client about a kitchen renovation, their first question is going to be, do you think I should paint my cabinets? And my thought is this. Number 1, budget. What is your budget? Number 2, are those cabinets in good shape? So if they're in good shape, they're good cabinets, and you want to save on your budget, I'm going to go with painting. But also, if you like the layout of your kitchen and your kitchen cabinets are in great condition, you can go ahead and paint them. Your first choice is, what do you want your kitchen cabinet style to be? we went with the shaker style by Homecrest cabinets. I chose shaker style cabinets because they're timeless. The simplicity and clean lines of shaker cabinets create a classic and elegant look that can easily blend with different decor themes. And the flat panel doors with recessed center panels offer a sense of depth and visual interest, adding a touch of sophistication to the kitchen. Cabinet color. The cabinets on the stove side were painted French vanilla. Now I know they show up a little more white in this video, but they are actually a very soft muted white. The island is a cabinet stain called Derby on Maple, and it combines gray and black tones. One thing I do recommend, if your budget allows, is having cabinets with a soft close hinge and soft close glides. Soft close drawers provide a smooth and quiet closing mechanism, preventing them from slamming shut. And if you have young children or grandchildren, it keeps them from getting their little fingers slammed in the drawers. It also saves on wear and tear of your cabinets, and in the long run, saves you money. For my hidden pantry, I chose butcher block from our local Home Depot. I love the look of it in the pantry, and it was fairly inexpensive. Scott installed it, so I got a major discount on labor. For the kitchen, I went with Quartz. Now, like many of you, I hopped on Pinterest and started looking at pictures to figure out, okay, what do I really want the countertops to be? And I honed in on this one called Cambria Torquay, and I loved it. I told my contractor about it, and he suggested that I switch brands and go with one that's called Doll Tile. And the reason he said was they make this similar look, very similar, but theirs is much wider. So what that did was I only needed one slab. It was cut for the piece that fit on the island as well as the piece on the countertop by the stove, and it saved us thousands of dollars. So make sure you're working with someone who cares about your budget. Now, the reason I chose Quartz was I really love the look of marble, and I wanted an almost white countertop, but just with a little bit of the gray veining. I also chose it for its durability. Unlike granite or marble, quartz is engineered stone. Now, the manufacturing process has benefits like making quartz less likely to crack and chip with wear. Natural stones often have weaknesses that can compromise the integrity of the surface. Quartz countertops are incredibly easy to clean because they're non-porous, meaning they don't absorb liquids or harbor bacteria. There is no seal required with quartz, unlike other natural stone options. Now, while quartz is somewhat heat resistant, you cannot put a very hot pan onto the quartz because it will discolor it, so you have to use hot pads or trivets. Upgrading your countertops increases the sale value of your home, so choose wisely. Hardware for cabinets. That's the jewelry of the outfit. I went with a pretty simple look, drawer pulls and drawer knobs. But what I did was, for the island, since it was black, I chose a very warm brass. For the cabinets that were on the stove and refrigerator side, I chose a matte black. Number 4, backsplash. Now, I don't have a lot of area for backsplash, so I wanted to keep it pretty simple and clean lined. I know everybody's out there voting whether subway tiles in or out. I don't even care. I love it. But the one I did choose for the subway tile has a little bit of a wave in it. The other thing I did was the grout that I chose to put in between the tile is a darker gray because that really helps them pop out. I didn't want so much white with just the cabinets and the tile, so that gray grout really made it stand out. Number 5, appliances. I'm going to share with you the appliance that I chose for the kitchen, but note, this is not an appliance review or a sponsorship. These are just what I chose for my kitchen. For the refrigerator, I chose a KitchenAid. It's a 25.8 cubic French door refrigerator in black stainless with platinum interior. I said I chose it. The truth is, Scott chose this for its sleek look and unique color. And for this, his drawer of Coke. I have loved it, but what I really want to point out is something structural that Scott did. On the other side of this wall, we are currently building a mini mudroom where we can put our shoes and hang our bags. But what Scott did is he cut into the wall far enough so that the refrigerator was almost flush with the cabinetry and of course could still open. So talk to your contractor about how your refrigerator will sit in your kitchen because you don't want it to come out too far from your countertops. For the stove, again, I went with KitchenAid. It's a black stainless electric convection range, and this matches the refrigerator. But what I really wanted was a stove that did not have the knobs on the back because I didn't want to take up too much room on the wall where the tile would go. The even heat convection is amazing, and having a warming zone, that's perfect. I will say one thing, the glass top stove requires a little more maintenance. So if you have a spill, you cannot clean it until your entire glass top cools off. And you want to use the recommended cleaner on top. But other than that, I still give it a 9 out of 10. Microwave. I did not want to keep the microwave in the hidden pantry, and I didn't want it on the countertop. So the choice was to go with an under counter drawer microwave. Now, I read a lot about the pros and cons, but we love it. I find it easier to use than my old microwave because I was too short to see the food once I cooked it. I went with the same brand, KitchenAid, except I chose stainless steel. And I'll tell you this, my grandkids think that microwave is the coolest thing. Dishwasher, again, same brand and stainless steel. But I went with the buttons on the top rather than the front so I could have a sleeker look. I'm going to tell you, I don't know if it is because my other dishwasher was so bad or so loud. Like you could not have a discussion in the room if it was on. And it didn't even clean the dishes. But this appliance may be my very favorite. When it comes to choosing appliances, you may feel like you need a huge crash course. I get it. But do your research, read the reviews, and in the end, choose what you like. Number 6, flooring. Now, I drug home so many different floor samples, it was crazy, but I knew I had to get it right. So thinking through the overall design of the renovation, the cabinets, and the brick, which I promise I'm gonna do a video all about the brick, but you have to think through everything. And I wanted the floor to seamlessly integrate into the rest of the design, and I wanted it to have a natural, age-old look but still be completely durable. So the final choice after dragging a million samples home was the Restoration Collection from Mannington. It has what they call a spill shield and plus waterproof technology. I selected Historic Oak Ash. Let me give you a few tips between laminate flooring and vinyl flooring. There are some factors that contribute to choosing laminate, which is what I chose. Number 1, appearance. Laminate flooring often mimics the look of natural materials such as hardwood or stone. It can provide a more authentic and realistic appearance compared to vinyl flooring, which may have a more uniform and synthetic look. Number 2, durability. Laminate flooring is known for its durability and resistance to scratches, dents, fading, making it more suitable for high traffic areas. Number 3, it's moisture resistant. While both laminate and vinyl flooring are water resistant, laminate tends to have better moisture resistance due to its layered construction. And this makes it a preferred choice for areas prone to moisture such as kitchens and bathrooms. Number 4, installation. Laminate flooring is often available in a click lock or tongue and groove installation system, making it relatively easy to install as a DIY project. Vinyl flooring, on the other hand, may require adhesive or professional installation. Number 5, cost. Laminate flooring is generally more affordable than vinyl flooring, making it an attractive option for those on a budget. It offers a cost-effective way to achieve the look of natural materials without the higher price tag. It's important to note though, laminate and vinyl floorings both have advantages and disadvantages. The choice ultimately depends on personal preference, budget, and needs for the space. I recommend considering all the factors between laminate and vinyl flooring and do your research. Okay, that was a lot of information, but I hope it was super helpful. Let's recap my top tips. Number 1, get your mind around it in the beginning. It's gonna be a mess, it's gonna drive you crazy, but in the end, it's gonna be so worth it. Number 2, prep your house for this major disruption and create for yourself a very clean and cozy space where you can escape. And number 3, this is the most important one, plan and do your research. Take your time on making the selections. And remember, this is all temporary. You can get through this, and in the end, you're gonna have a beautiful kitchen. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to follow me on Instagram at Jennifer Decorates. Everybody, stay safe and stay well.